Hello viewers, well, another video being shown at the show floor was Warp Drive. First time seeing this one. Let's have a chat with the developer and find out more.
Hi there, my name's John Kelleher and I'm an audio developer at Supergunk Games. We're working on Warp Drive. So Warp Drive is an anti-gravity racer in the vein of sort of like F-Zero and Wipeout, but at Supergunk we like to do racing games with a twist. So we have a new mechanic which is warping, where you warp from parts of the track to other tracks to find new routes and shortcuts and little secrets, as well as extra boost pickups and ways of getting an advantage in races. We've also gone for an aesthetic that we haven't necessarily seen anywhere before, where we've got this futuristic racing style with anti-gravity cars, but we decided that having drones and weird hover pads with blades kind of was a cool aesthetic that we thought was great to go down and no one's really done before. We're really inspired by old school arcade games like Dreamcast games like Jet Set Radio, and we even have little warp letters in the vein of skate letters in Tony Hawk's games, and we're really into the whole comic book punk aesthetic that seems just really cool to us, and we love the vibe of. We have yet to decide what platforms we're actually going to be launching on, but we launched our previous game Trailblazers on all major consoles, PC, Mac and Linux, including Switch as well actually. And so there's a potential of being able to launch on all of those platforms as well if we decide to. As for when we're going to launch, we have still yet to decide when we're going to launch, but we're hoping at some time in the near future, potentially next year, but we still have to see.
So big thanks to John for his time then, and I enjoyed what I played of it. Visually, this was one of the better indie games at the show in terms of its polish and development, classy look. It's almost a tech demo. It's a game I felt that was very much made by artists, and in that sense, it's a very, very beautiful game to look at. There's a lot of lighting, a lot of effects, but I felt that in terms of control felt imprecise. There didn't seem to be any benefit of racing line. As long as you know the track and you know what place you're supposed to be on, just keep hitting the A button and you'll sort of feel like a passenger at this stage. So I think at the moment they've got, from a visual and polished look, it looks great, but it needs more in the actual driving experience. It needs more feeling to it. It needs more feeling to the actual driving and what you're getting through a corner. Racing is all about being on the right part of the track and using your technique. Whereas with a lot of these games, you're just sort of flat out on the throttle. There's no braking required, at least not on the track they've shown us. And so there's no real driving required. It's just flat out, side to side, and hitting the A button when it tells you to, or X button or whatever they're going to use for the warp jumps. So that's it on Warp Drive. I think certainly at the moment this game has a lot of potential, very pretty, and I did enjoy my time on it. I'll say that. I certainly enjoyed my time playing it, and you'll see that in this demo. I certainly got the hang of it quite quickly, and I'm sure the developers occasionally cringing when they see me on the wrong parts of the racetrack. But I hope they can bring this together, because they've got a lot in place on this. If they get the right, they've got a lot of different colours and LODs and ideas in there, and I think if they can bring those assets together, then they can really develop something cool. But it needs all that additional driving and strategy in there, and I hope they can do that. But yeah, that's a look at Warp Drive, another interesting title to look forward to. We'll be keeping an eye on that. No doubt we'll be seeing a more complete version at EGX Rezzed next year, and then we'll really see how it's come along and if they've taken any of my comments on board or not. But that's it from me for now, viewers. As ever, there's still a few more bits from the show floor to catch up on as well, and we'll be catching up on those in the coming days, and there'll be more from me very soon. Thanks for watching today, viewers. I hope you enjoyed the video, and do like and subscribe. It supports what we do. You can go to the website directly above me here, or check out a couple of other videos on the channel, perhaps things you're interested in terms of racing games, whether it be new or retro. It's all there. Check them out.